little more than 2 months since a series of wildfires ravaged Los Angeles. As some communities are just beginning the process of recovering and rebuilding, there are real concerns that the economic impacts of this disaster could linger for a very long time.
I sat down with our travel guy, Gabe Snaglier, a SoCal native himself, about the best ways to help the City of Angels when it comes to your tourism dollars. So, Gabe, I know that these fires really did hit close to home for you. You grew up in this part of California. So how has it been seeing just everything that your community has gone through? And as you start to rebuild, how are you feeling?
Well, thanks, Emily. I mean, I did grow up in this wonderful town of Pacific Palisades. So I'm one of thousands of people who have this kind of an emotional, personal connection to this area and are still sort of feeling some very raw feelings around the fact that the vast majority of this wonderful little town is gone. Altadena, which is about 30 miles north of this coastal part of LA County, also gone. I'm in Santa Monica now, so a neighboring community. I think what's been very good, even though this is going to be a long journey that's just now getting started, there has been this wonderful neighbor to neighbor, community to community outreach. That's sort of the main pervasive activity going on the ground right now. And I think there's also been this understanding that there's a ripple effect, right? So when we see these kinds of natural disasters, there's almost a tendency to slow down our travel to these locations out of respect, out of not knowing exactly what is or isn't open. But the fact is that 98% of LA County did not suffer any damage from these fires. And these are areas that are quite needy of the tourism dollars. That is the lifeblood of LA. The iconic LA experience is still very much in effect, but I think the call is going out now. This is, in fact, a great time, a very sort of effectual time to come to LA County.
Yeah, how important do you think travel and those tourism dollars are going to be here in these communities' recovery?
Well, great question. I mean, keep in mind that 20% of all the hospitality jobs in the state of California are in LA County. So we're talking about a very robust workforce that depends on day-to-day influx of travel dollars. So those of us who are local certainly are assessing and prioritizing how we spend our money, supporting restaurants. Keep in mind that the vast majority, even in a city as big and famous as Los Angeles, the vast majority of businesses are family-owned. They are mom and pop enterprises that depend on daily, weekly infusion of investment. And that travel dollar certainly becomes a major part of that. So tourism, a huge part of the LA experience. And I think we're seeing now, but boy, this is a pretty powerful way of being part of the recovery process. You spend dollars on the ground, you're sort of part of that rebound. And you're almost seeing in real time how businesses that are allowed to stay open are in fact benefiting in a pretty big way from travelers who are coming in and spending their money throughout the county.
Yeah, so you're in Santa Monica right now. Tell me a little bit about the area and what you've been seeing as this recovery effort really takes shape.
Yeah, listen, Santa Monica, obviously a very famous coastal enclave here in LA County. I'm actually doing a little recon in the city's newest hotel, the Regent Santa Monica, that opened up in October. So there's a lot that's new, even in an area that's quite famous and historic. I've been traveling around the city. My sister lives in Beverly Hills. I was there a couple of days ago. That's a town that's looking gorgeous, wonderful architecture, fantastic eating, but also a community that depends on travelers coming in, doing that window shopping up and down Rodeo Drive, and investing some money, some pretty cool experiences there. All the coastal towns, Marina del Rey, another wonderful area just outside of LAX, the largest man-made harbor in North America. Thousands of boats, but a great spot to go kayaking, stand-up paddle boarding, maybe charter a yacht, Emily, to go check out some of the local islands. But again, all those quintessential coastal town, very much open. And I would also, my son visited the Griffith Observatory, one of these great landmarks right in the heart of town, beautiful views of the Hollywood sign of those classic LA locations, also open. It's celebrating 90 years this year. So a lot of activities, a lot of events on the calendar, and a sort of a thriving energy on the ground, this realization that travel dollars are making a big impact when they do come in. And I think we're entering a season now, spring into summer, where we're going to need that in an especially big way.
Oh, absolutely. I had a chance to spend New Year's this year down in Southern California. I was in LA for just a couple of days. And I learned very quickly just how much there is to do. I could have spent weeks, in the LA area and not seen and done everything there was to explore. But, with that in mind, and with the fact that these ongoing recovery efforts are still happening here, what's your advice? Do you have any tips for folks who are looking to travel to LA soon?
Great question. And by the way, you hit the nail on the head. This is a mosaic, LA County, of multiple neighborhoods and communities. You can almost spend a day in a different one and feel like you're on vacation in a different location every day. A couple of things to keep in mind, especially as we head towards spring and summer, which get busy. Weekends see a lot of activity. So maybe a weekday visit, a Sunday through Thursday visit can generate some value. And I think the lines at places like Universal Studios, Hollywood, or Disneyland are going to be a little bit shorter. And then scope out the multiple airports out here. I do a lot of flying in and out of LAX, but certainly out of PDX, you get airlines that are servicing the airport in Long Beach or Burbank. You have a variety of different airports that sometimes can actually generate some good bargain opportunity aside from the big player in town, which is LAX. And then the last thing, and Emily, and I think you did this over New Year's, when you're here, just sort of embrace that LA vibe. This is a very laid back community. I think there's a kinship between the Pacific Northwest, cities like Portland and LA. It's such a quick flight down here, and being able to be part of our rebound, our journey back on our feet, I think is going to help strengthen those bonds, and I think it's going to pay back in some pretty neat experiences out here throughout LA.
Absolutely. Yeah, I found an awesome ice cream shop just wandering around, nearby the hotel where we were staying. So you never know what you're going to find.
Absolutely.
It is such a wonderful city. Well, Gabe, we're thinking about you, your friends and family, and hang in there. Hope everybody's doing okay. And hopefully we'll get some tourism dollars to get a boost in there soon.
Awesome. Thanks, Emily.
Yeah, interesting stuff there.
Yeah, something to keep in mind as you plan your spring break, summer vacations, all that stuff.
Absolutely. All right, it's 8:15, and bargaining with your kids. Every parent has done it, but just how much time does it actually take up over the course